stream. All's well. It's been a while since we've done this kind of stream, but last week was the break of Thanksgiving for those of us in the United States. So I was trying to do more streams during the break and stuff like that, or longer streams depending on the day of the week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, but I also know that some of you guys are around when I do these vertical streams, because I know I stream too late usually if it's not on a Sunday. So for some of you guys, I should say. I know that when I start streaming is when some of you guys are going to sleep and whatnot, so can't guarantee who's gonna be here as always. Hope all's well with everyone as we're just chilling out, hanging out like we usually do until I get to my workplace. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to fix either my vehicle or my mom's vehicle, so we'll still be hearing some of the sounds where just like, okay, you need to get that fixed, Rhypi. And I was like, I'll be like, I know. Right now, I might try to look at different cards. I just didn't want to do it during Black Friday or Cyber Monday deals originally, because I was just like, I didn't want it to be that we buy something that was almost out or gonna be broken in a couple of days and whatnot. And I know sometimes it's easy to do if you're not careful when you're searching for different things. But hope all's well with everyone as we're just chilling out, hanging out, talking to all you guys. Didn't link it to my stream, on my Discord again. Oh well. Maybe should have, because it's being the first one in a while, but at the same time, if people aren't up, I don't want to feel like that reminder on Discord wakes them up. Excuse me. I hope all's well with everyone as we're just chilling out, hanging out, stuff like that. But I got some food this week, today, I should say, not this week, because my mom didn't get too much breakfast from my sis when she was ordering her the week. I think my mom forgot to order it too, so it happens sometimes, but at least we got breakfast now. I hope all is well with everyone. So we're just chilling out, hanging out. Bum, 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 bum. But as we're just chilling out, the week went fast in some sense, slow in some sense. I thought I was gonna get a lot of stuff done, but didn't really feel like I got a lot of stuff done as far as my work stuff. But probably part of it is just me being tired and whatnot, that I needed the rest. Sometimes you plan out everything you want to do and then it doesn't happen. You're like, dang it. And other times it does work in your favor. Who knows for sure? I'm just glad that I got to sleep in a little bit until I thought about school again, and I started stressing about a lot of things again, because me trying to figure out if I'm doing everything I can and stuff like that. Hello Lola, how are you doing? Welcome in. guys want to talk about random stuff, feel free to let me know. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Rhypi, where I am a math teacher slash college instructor and high school level for the math teacher wise. So I've done different grade levels of teaching. So it's one of those cool things to say, at least when I'm not on YouTube. And when I am on YouTube, I do a variety of different content, whether it's these driving streams, different gaming content, or sometimes other things if you look at my music or talk channels. But hope all is well with everyone as we're just relaxing and chillaxing. It's Lolo, not Lola. Sorry about that, Lola. No problem when I can see the names right away, just because I try not to look at it for too long since I'm driving. But when I'm stuck like this, I can see it better. But hope you're doing well, Lolo. Chilling out, hanging out on my way to work, like we usually do on my mornings. Some of you guys this afternoon, some of you guys this evening. Just depends on your time zone. But yeah, it's one of those interesting things to say at least. Hello, Charlie. How are you doing? Welcome in. Well, hope all is well for you. But yeah, we're just relaxing and chillaxing on our way to work. There's things y'all want to discuss, just let me know. Just if I'm like, let's switch topics, just because I'm not sure much about it, or that I can't tell you much from my perspective if you're asking me about it. So I don't want it to be that I say something that doesn't make sense, or you're like, why? Because you never know. Conversations will happen. So I hope all's well with everyone. We're just chilling out, hanging out on this drive, and me just slowly getting to work, because I know at some points I'll have it like this 18-wheeler that just started driving it. I know it's gonna be that they're not gonna go as fast as they can, because they know people go around them. So I try not to rush them as much. But I hope all is well with everyone. Lane closure for tomorrow. Okay. Good to know that I had to worry about that tomorrow. Don't know where the lane closure is going to be, but good to know that it's going to happen tomorrow. Gaming-wise, this week, today we're going to try and finish more of Hellblade. Tomorrow we're going to be working on World of Warcraft. Right now the prologue of Midnight's coming out, so if it's not lagging on our servers, I was thinking about trying to do that tomorrow. And then Wednesday currently is usually Pokemon. Probably gonna continue doing the game there. I still don't know what happened to yesterday's Pokemon game. I'll have to figure that out at some point. Yep, Lola, I am. Until I get to my school. Work at, I should say, not my school. is that I'm one of those teachers that I give the right amount because I had to make sure they're ready for the state exam, so I always have to do a little bit of homework with them because I know that sometimes they'll do on their own, and sometimes it's going to be the case that during the warm-up time, be like, all right, let's finish it up. Sometimes it be the case that we do a lot of different activities more than just worksheets. So sometimes there's not really things to take home because we're doing something that is a collaborative effort. Sometimes that cannot always work out as an assignment. But sometimes homework is inevitable, especially when, because like for one of my classes, I have to constantly make sure that they're working on something on their own because they don't give me time to explain everything in class. So it's hard for me to know what they know without me seeing it in action. So it's one of those cases that it's always a trade-off because, you know, once you give something a homework, I would say a fourth of your students are going to just try to copy from AI. And nowadays AI, but it used to be just searching up the answers online because they don't want to do the work and get upset when their answer is wrong because they're not showing the correct steps, or when I'm trying to ask them how they got to that answer, they're not able to justify it. So I take off points because I can't guarantee that they know it without just looking it up. And sometimes I have to worry about them just wanting to give me answers when I'm asking them to show their work as part of their grade. So it's one of those interesting things, but I'm always gonna be slightly strict depending on who you talk to when it comes to showing your work, because I've had it in different places because me or other people didn't get work. They try to be like, do you actually know this, or do you just know the answer? And some colleges and universities, they only grade you 1 point for the correct answers and 5 points for the steps that you show, for example. So it's one of those interesting dilemmas to think about because I've seen it from my perspective, even though I know that not everyone will say that they believe me. That's okay, but still gonna help them realize why I want them to show their work. Because I know at the end of the day that some universities won't require it, but some universities, they want to see all the thought process and not just be like, did you went from A to E without showing B, C, and D? So it's one of those interesting things to think about, because I've been at many different colleges and universities because of me trying to get to see how they do things, or when I was a tutor or an instructor and stuff like that. That's why I know that some places they teach it slightly different, but at the end of the day, wanting students to see it is there for most places, and the fact that they want them to make sure that they do things correctly is also there, and why there's so many things that people getting frustrated about AI and stuff like that nowadays, but it used to be just cheating in general or plagiarizing or whatnot, to say the least. Salve Jonas, obrigado. Yeah, some parts of math is that way. Some parts of math is understanding what is being asked of you, because especially nowadays, that's half the battle, is figuring out how to do the problem, not just simply giving the answer. And why, at least when I'm helping students prepare for different exams that are from the state level because I work in Texas. That's just me trying to remind them different things to think about when they're trying out different stuff. Because you never know what someone needs help on, but once they show you how they're approaching it, you can then see what gaps they have or stuff like that. Some of them they can do it in their heads, and that's when I usually ask them, okay, then explain it to me how you're doing it in your head. And that's where it confuses some of my students because they don't expect to hear that question. But for me, it's the case that I know in colleges and universities, some professors, if they see them not doing their work, they ask them to talk about it verbally, but not all. Thank you for the sub, dude. Hope you're doing well. And just to give you guys all a heads up, salve in Portuguese means hello. So just to give you guys a little language definition for those of you that I'm not quite sure. Because I want to make sure that I have a couple of you guys that are new to my channel right now, so I want to make sure you guys know what that means. And at some point, I still want to pick up more words besides just salve and obrigado. That's how many people I'm slowly getting from Portugal or Spain, so I want to make sure that I know a little bit more Portugal just in case. Portuguese, not Portugal. Wrong thing. Like Spanish, I know a little bit more, but not enough to say that I can communicate the whole time in Spanish. And Portuguese is similar to Japanese for me. It's like I know some words, but not enough words to say even a sentence. It's one of those funny things to say the least. Hope all's well with everyone as we're just chillaxing, relaxing, and stuff like that as we're heading to my workplace. Sometimes I'll hum like just then. Sometimes I'll be talking to you guys. Just depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. But hope all's well with everyone as we're just trying to think what else I want to talk about while I see if there's things that you guys want me to talk about too. But sometimes I hum when I'm not quite sure what I want to talk about next. Sometimes for a long period, sometimes for a short period. Just depends on what's going on, to say the least. But all in all, I enjoy being a teacher because I like trying to get the aha moments or moments of seeing that student finally understand something that they didn't expect to understand, or now a situation of them passing a test where they didn't expect to be able to pass and stuff like that because of our hardships that happened leading up to it and stuff like that. Hopefully everything's going well for everyone as we're just going through the motion and trying to make sure that I do things good for you guys and good for my students, and combination of both, to say the least. Hope all is well with everyone, and you're just tuning in, that we're just relaxing and chillaxing on our way to my school, from my mom's school, because right now me and my mom still carpool since I still need to get this car and my truck fixed at some point, to say the least. But we'll figure out how things go from there at some point. turns out to say the least. Hope all's well with everyone as we'll just chill out, relaxing, not chilling out. But both works, I guess. Just depends on which way you want to say the phrase. We're just doing everything we can to make sure that we're as good as we can be. Hope all's well with everyone as we're just relaxing and chillaxing as always. I think it's gonna be funny if I started eating and that's when someone says hi to me again and I'm like, whoops, mouthful. But sometimes that's the funny moments is when that happens. Sometimes planned, sometimes not planned. Some funny moments can happen without you realizing it. Sometimes when you force it too much, it doesn't feel like it's a joke anymore. It's a lot of interesting dynamics when it comes to funny moments. And that's why some funny moments you can rewatch over and over again. Some moments that was funny at one point, you rewatch it, you're like, why was this funny again? Part of the reason why when I've been slowly trying to think of how I want to do my shorts, I keep being like doubting myself on it because I haven't done any shorts yet on this channel, and I know some people are like, man, you need to start thinking about it, and I'm just like, I know, but I keep not being sure what I want to do for it. I know some of you guys, because it filters in through the shorts feed when I'm on my phone, that sometimes you guys see the stream and you're just like, wait, this isn't a 30-second or 60-second stream. Never mind. Hey Kyle, how are you doing? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. As we're just chilling out, hanging out, talking to you guys when I can. Or humming, depending on what's going on. I understand the chilliness, and I'm gonna read the rest of it in a second because right now a lot of people are switching to this lane, so I'm trying to make sure that I don't have to worry about them before I read the next part. Nice. Glad that you had a good sunrise and that you enjoyed your breakfast. We're just driving along like we usually do. And sometimes it feels like that there's a lot of things going on. Sometimes it feels like there's not a lot going on. It just depends on what's going on, to say the least. It's always a funny thing when I look at my phone sometimes when I get the notifications of different places that are for rent or for sale, because I've been slowly trying to find something that, or look at what the prices are. So because right now we're thinking about moving closer to where I work right now, So it's like, as I'm trying to find things, I'm just like, that would be cool, but right now I know they're not gonna hold it for this long. It's, yeah, sometimes it happens. Hello, Daniel. Very happy Monday. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, sometimes it's funny how things happen. Hello, Pecker or Packer. Sorry that I can't see you completely right now. Hey Yoda, how are you doing? Welcome in. It is Pecker. Thought it was correct the first time. Hope all's well with everyone as we're just chilling out, hanging out, and talking about random stuff. We're just chilling out, hanging out, Yoda. I'm doing well. Well, I can't see your name right now, but I can see that you're saying something. How are you doing today? Pack. I see one word being pack. I can't see what your second word is. Sorry about that. Nice, Yoda. Yeah, I try to do these streams when I can, just because I know that some of you guys like doing something in the morning, but I also know that some of you guys are busy in the morning, so it's just one of those interesting trade-offs that I'm like, we'll see who shows up, because I just like trying to talk to all you guys that can be around and stuff like that, because I know how busy we can get sometimes, especially before work, because we're all like, okay, did I forget this? Did I forget this? Oh, I didn't forget this. 2 steps away from my workplace. Did I forget my keys? Stuff like that. Understand that feeling, Yoda. Understand that feeling indeed. Yeah, just this morning, I originally was trying to wake up an hour early, but I think I slept through both of my alarms, and I'm like, oh well. I'm not gonna stress about it now. I understand wanting to be lazy on the weekends, Scott, especially if you are trying to rest up from the week that you had. Understand the draining part, especially if it was a weekend you originally didn't plan to work the whole time, but sometimes having those days you're just like, huh, went faster than expected. Sometimes it feels slower than you expected. It just depends on what's going on, to say the least. So I know that a lot of places they try playing ahead to see how many people they will get, but you never know. Bum, 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 bum. Hello, Papa. I'm Papa Yata. How are you doing today? Welcome in. It is Pecco. I was reading that right the first time. Nice. Hope you enjoy your coffee, Yoda. I know that always shocks people when I say I'm a teacher but don't drink coffee. No matter where I am, that's always something that shocks people, to say the least. It looks like I had to wait for a bus today. Oh well. Yaba Yata? Okay. Bum 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 bum. Do do do. Still humming randomly, to say the least. But we're just relaxing and chillaxing. So we're just relaxing until get to my workplace. Probably chill for a little bit because we're early. It just depends on what's going on. Just can't tell you guys for sure how long I'll be talking to you guys. Might be trying to eat my breakfast in between. Who knows for sure. I understand that, Yoda, especially when you just couldn't felt like you wanted to get out of bed at first. You know, for me, that's why sometimes I try to get something to drink soda-wise. You know, I know for some people it's unhealthy, but for me, it's the case that is what I can wake up from, because I don't do coffee, I don't do energy drinks, and tea always kind of dehydrates you if you're not careful of what kind of tea you get every day and whatnot. Makes sense, Yoda. Makes sense indeed. Now officially parked. Since the AC doesn't work, why should I keep the car on? Yeah, a little bit. It is 6:40 a.m. for me, so it kind of makes sense, especially with daylight savings or us falling back. And we have darker mornings sometimes. Hello, Biscuit. How are you doing today? Welcome in. So I know technically we don't have to be here till 8, but I always try to be here by 7 just because I want to make sure that I get everything done that I want to get done. That way I can plan out what I want to plan out. But yeah, we're just chilling out for a little bit longer and just trying to decide when I'm gonna end the stream. Whoa, did I expect that hiccup? Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Just in time. Yep. Indeed. Because I know once I get in there, I need to focus on double checking everything's good grade wise so I can submit them tomorrow officially. We'll see how that goes. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Understand that, Yoda. Understand that completely. Bum, bum. Just eating my breakfast as I'm talking to you guys real quick. Like right now, this is my mom's vehicle that we drive a Escape. But when I'm in my truck is F-150. Or at least my vehicles that I keep getting looked at that I don't feel like I'm paying as much as I should be, but sometimes I'm like the repair bills. I'm just like sometimes it can be expensive. Some of the repairs I've had to do with my vehicles. Sometimes it'd be something that we didn't know that needed to be replaced, or something where it's like, okay, when does this was supposed to be done before I have gotten in this vehicle? So it's just one of those interesting things that can be a reason. Because I remember one of the times, because my truck, I always find out something new about it every time, but one of the times was the case that someone replaced something. It's like, this was supposed to be changed a couple years ago. I'm like, huh, no one told me about that when I brought the vehicle. It's like, probably was due to do that before you brought it. I'm like, yeah, probably. Just one of those unfortunate timings sometimes. I'm just glad for my truck wise it's paying off at least, so I just have to worry about repairing it when it needs to be repaired, like I feel like it does now. Don't have to worry about car payment and car repairs on the same vehicle. This one will have to worry about it, so. Do, 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 do. That's weird. Usually that's flashing. Is my camera getting better or the light getting better? I don't know. So it's usually flickering. Alright. I'll go ahead and let everyone go. And I'll talk to you guys after school around 4:30, 4:45, depending on what's going on around me. That's good to hear, Yoda. That's good to hear. That the coffee's hitting the right spot for you. But I hope everyone has a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you're watching this stream. Remember, you got this. Stay positive when you can, because I know that's not always easy. Just remember to breathe when you need it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. You as well.